What kind of nonsense is this?
It's a lot of nonsense.
A little nonsense now and then is relished by the wisest men.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The kings of late night break into your regularly scheduled late night programming on Sunday to bring you an unscheduled, untitled nonsense. I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Andrew James. Andrew, how are you tonight, sir? And Mr. Chris Bauckham, how are you, sir? Jim Dandy. That's what I fucking like to hear. All right, so, I don't want to all talk about me because I had quite a day. So, you guys got anything you want to talk about? All right. So I still haven't seen that, and I keep hearing I should see that, but all right, cool. You can turn me on to anything, baby. All right, so today I had the distinct pleasure of going over to Tampa for the Tampa Bay Comic-Con to be on the Death to Fanboys 2 panel. Of course, the MegaCon panel, Death to Fanboys, was such a rousing success, we thought we'd bring it back. Not the first time we'll bring it back. Certainly won't be the last. It was great fun. I will say this much, though. Fucking Tampa Bay Comic-Con, whoever first off decided to hold it at the convention center downtown Tampa should be shot. And then the person who designed the convention center as opposed to the general layout of the city should be lined up right next to him and shot directly thereafter. It's fucking terrible. Terrible. I can't. Fun. You have you have a queer definition of the word fun, sir. All of us. It's a little bit big for me, sir. Even for me. So, I was, of course, on a Death to Fanboys 2 panel with Juan Navarro of Creature Entertainment from the original Death to Fanboys panel, Joe Witherington of Humanoids from the original Death to Fanboys panel, and, of course, he's been on this very show, and Mr. Martin Dunn of Con Artist Entertainment, our benevolent dictator. Sorry, you'll have to excuse me if I have retard tongue. I just shotgunned 2 Four Locos. Okay. Awesome. Of course. Right. Okay. Okay. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Um. So yeah, Mr. Martin Dunn, of course, our benevolent dictator, and we rounded out the panel with Mr. Derek Fish, who is a local artist, independent creator. About the same turnout as last time, but I got to tell you, it was a much bigger room than last time, guys. Probably about 3 times the size of the room we were in at MegaCon. It felt a little daunting walking in there. Like there should be somebody a lot more famous than me on the stage. Um, but it wasn't packed, unfortunately. But it was still a lot of fun. And we had a really good turnout, even though like that hall probably seated about 200, 250 people. Maybe more than that even. But it was a whole lot of fun. We talked a lot about Batfleck, more than I would have hoped we would talk about Batfleck, because at this point I'm kind of burnt out on the whole fucking thing, to be honest with you. It's just like fanboys are being fanboys, and that's yeah. Right, right. No matter how many petitions the fanboys start, no matter how many signatures they get, Warner Brothers has signed Ben Affleck to a contract for 13 appearances as Bruce Wayne or Batman. Absolutely. Now, speaking of all this, did you hear the news today that Bryan Cranston was cast as Lex Luthor? Yeah, that's a really great choice. 10 appearances as Lex Luthor in the DC universe. So that's gonna be great. But that's neither here nor there. Talking about the panel. From there, Martin. Well, before then, we're kind of languishing on the whole Batfleck thing, and I was like, this is getting ridiculous. So when one of the female audience members asked a question, I turned the tables on her and asked her a question, and we got into the whole idea of comic book shops treating female customers less than. Um, it's the height of ridiculousness, but unfortunately, it's a very real problem. Um, and yeah, yeah, absolutely. Andrew, we like vagina. Right, pretty much. Oh. Alright, this isn't about Grillo, sir. This isn't about Grillo. Girls. Girls. Females. Women. Yeah, he did. He had too many female patrons. Yeah, he did. You're only making my point more salient. Of course it did. Of course it did. Wow. Hey, you know what? We can't knock where our first book came from. So uh I kind of turned the tables on her when she asked the question, and I asked if she had any bad experiences at comic book shops, and come to find out, with the exception of one or two, literally every woman at that panel had bad experiences at comic book shops. Um, so I took an interesting tact. I spoke out and I said, listen, okay, for anybody out there, for especially women out there, um, if you have a bad experience like this at a comic book shop in the future, hop on Facebook, hop on Twitter, put it out there, and name fucking names. That's the only way this shit will stop. And Sean kind of looked at me, Sean Talley, our other benevolent dictator, kind of looked at me. He's like, "Are you advocating public shaming?" And I'm, fuck yes, I am. Like, well, I mean, there was obvious laughter, but I mean, it doesn't make it any more of a poignant point. Like, honestly, if you have problems at a comic book shop where they treat you less than a human being, whether you're man or woman, you should speak out about that shit. But from there, we kind of got on to the other topic that I really wanted to talk about, but didn't want to be the one to bring up, um, which was the whole Heidi MacDonald crossed situation. Did we talk about that on the actual show? Okay, good, good, good. I got to rant a little bit about that. I was so pleased that I got to rant a little bit about that. And in ranting about that, there was a teacher in the front row, a teacher no less, in the front row, who made the statement that because she started off the statement with, "Well, I'm a teacher," and I'm like, "Oh fuck, here we go, media violence and all this bullshit." But she went on to say that she is completely against censorship and completely supported what I was saying 100%. And yeah, consider me fucking dumbfounded for a moment. Like, that only happens momentarily at any given time. Um, but I went ahead and gave her, full props for that shit, because as a teacher, if you are still 100% fully behind, freedom of speech, you fucking deserve it. Um, so I give her props, and I said, and I went on because I was like, I want to be the last to talk about this, so let's go down the line, and then I'll talk about it, because as both of you know, as anybody who listens to Untitled Nonsense knows, I had quite a load saved up for this particular topic. Um, and I unleashed it. And see, the thing of it is, back when this subject first hit, I had never heard of who this Heidi MacDonald person is. Still kind of wish that I hadn't, if I'm being 100% honest. But Joe Witherington, big time Joe Witherington, who was there on the panel, felt it necessary to inform me of her credentials. And after he informed me of her credentials and saying that I should respect her for her credentials, I posited the idea that I shouldn't have to respect her for her credentials when she doesn't respect me as a person for what I choose to read. So I still said whoever the fuck that is in response to speaking Heidi MacDonald's name at the panel, despite the fact that Joe Witherington was on the very end of the same panel that I was on. So I really got to speak about the two topics that I most wanted to speak about at the panel, without being pushy, without making it all about me. So I thought that was really, really cool. And I don't know why, but for some fucking reason, I was one of the most, I mean, not that I was in the first place, but I was one of the most vocal people on the panel. Like, everybody else seemed to clam up for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, that was, and then, I left shortly after that. And, oh, by the way, on the way out, the teacher stopped me and asked for our URL. Yes. Yes, so I got a few Untitled Nonsense plugs out there on stage, by the way. And the teacher actually was like, "So what was that website again?" And she actually wrote it down. So she will probably be listening next weekend, if not now, because I gave her Hey, what can I say? We gotta. um. So yeah, and then I left the Comic Con and came home. Honestly, that was I had a couple friends drive me. I paid for gas, but they drove me over because of car trouble. But I mean, it was a 5 hour drive in all, and it was a 1 hour panel. I was there for like 2 hours for a 5 hour drive overall. Yeah, that's how dedicated I am to this shit. That's how dedicated I am to con artist entertainment. You fucking better be. Um, so that was my day. And also, if I hadn't said before, everybody who organizes Tampa Bay Comic Con should be fucking shot. Go ahead. Oh, I said anybody who organized the location of Tampa Bay Comic Con should be fucking shot. Okay. Wow. Wow. No, not too soon. Just what the fuck was that? Thank you. Fucking thank you. Hmm. Are you serious? Fuck! What the fuck happened to journalism? Well, at least he's getting sucked. Oh, we need you to do a YouTube video, Chris. I can get you the I can get you the eyeliner. We're gonna crowdsource this shit. You mean you're a little bit late to this boat, sir? All right. Well, I mean, it's softcore S&M if there is such a thing. Like that started out as a Twilight fan fiction. What more can you say? Oh yeah, clearly. Wait, you're kidding me, right? Wait, okay, that I had not heard. Alexis Gilmore Girls has been cast as the lead female in 50 Shades of Grey. Somebody's trying to break out of a role. Uh huh. Wow. Right. Yeah. I don't know if I want to say enjoy that. Um, it's interesting at the very least. Promise? It'd be better than 50 Shades of Grey. Ouch, that hurts, sir. I, I'd prefer you didn't. Oh, oh. Well, I mean, if as long as it's to you only, go for it. Rub yourself raw, as far as I give a fuck. We're stopping you. Okay. It's really badly written S&M. Right, like you said, it's normally based on. Yeah, you didn't know there are three of them. Like I just heard them crash to the ground in shattered pieces. It was delicious. Yeah, no, there are two other ones: 50 Shades Darker and 50 Shades Freed. Believe it or not. And I can only say that I know this because I shop at Walmart a lot, and they're in the book aisle. Yeah. Well, if you boycott Walmart, there really isn't that much left. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. If you're shopping at Target, you haven't shopped at Walmart in a very, very, very long time. For the first half hour, yeah. So what do you guys want to wrap it up with? Okay. Well, I mean, we'll be back for another segment if you want to. I'd love to do another segment. All right. Well, I mean that one of them was banging Taylor Swift, and while I hate her music, I would fuck the shit out of her. Right. Yeah. Oh, it was him in the first place. Okay, go ahead. Right. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, let's be fucking honest here. She knew exactly what their breakup would be, and that's why she did it. Oh, okay. All right. She's fucking crazy. He knows we're talking about Taylor fucking Swift, right? Little Miss, as long as I can pull a pop song out of it, it will never die. Wow. Speaking of Taylor Swift, back on August, last night, as of 4:55 p.m., Taylor Swift was hanging out with Moot of 4chan. Moot tweeted hanging out with at Taylor Swift 13. Send us some Snapchats at Moot Chat, but please no dicks, for a chance to be featured in song. Okay, now we have 30 seconds left. We're gonna tackle that in the next segment. So be back here in about 45 seconds, and we're gonna talk about Taylor Swift and Moot hanging out. Um, Otherwise, in the meantime, check us out at untitlednonsense.com, facebook.com/untitlednonsense, twitter.com/un_podcast, and we'll be back in about 30 seconds.